Hey, everybody. It's me, Robert Kennedy III, RK3. That's me, and I'm back here today with Confidence, Connection, and Quora. That's right, my episode number 2. Actually, I'm saying episode, but it's really just random right now. Actually, it's a challenge. I am doing something where for the month of January, I'm actually taking on a challenge to answer a question on Quora.com each day and then create a blog post about it, and then later on in the day, go live about that blog post and just share information about how to build confidence in the area specifically of public speaking, sharing your story, connecting with others. And of course, I'm getting these these questions from Quora specifically. So if you've never checked out Quora.com, great place, a lot of questions, a lot of answers, really neat place to find information, almost anything that you want. So go ahead and check that out. With regard to Quora, if you're there, go ahead, follow me on Quora, and you can subscribe there as well. So I'm on YouTube and Facebook right now. If you are following, go ahead and follow me right now on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm trying to get my YouTube views and followers up, subscribers up. So yeah, if you can help me out with that, that would be awesome. Anyway, so here's the question for today. We've got a few people on here. I'm not sure who's that yet, but whoever it is, just say your name or just say, hey. I see some thumbs ups. All right. But anyway, so let me move on. I'm just going to post the question really quickly that was I chose today. And it says, how can I speak with more clarity and confidence because I shiver from head to toe? Right? I don't know if you've ever had that experience, but I've had that experience, and I shared that in the video from yesterday. But the question that I want to ask for people that shiver from head to toe or just really get nervous when they speak is, what are we really afraid of? What is it that we're really afraid of? Is it being afraid? Is it fear? And if it's fear, why do you have the fear? We've got to start thinking about that question. And fear comes when you are, for me, able to associate it with some sort of a negative experience, right? So what is it that we're really afraid of? So here's an example. My brother, a long time ago, we were at my cousin's house and we were learning how to skateboard. He showed me a skateboard and he and I were just going up and down the block and we were skateboarding. Okay. I hadn't skateboarded before, but I was learning. So we were skateboarding back and forth. And so my brother, maybe about 4 years old at the time, came outside and saw us coming back. And when I came back to the house, I stopped right in front of the house, and he decided that he was going to get on the skateboard. So he picks up one leg and he puts it on the skateboard, and then he starts to pump the other leg up and down, expecting the skateboard to move forward. But it didn't. So he decided he was going to pump just a little bit harder. He picks up his leg, and as he does that, the skateboard moves and he falls on the ground, bangs his elbow, and he gets up crying and he runs into the house. Later on, he sees us coming back down the block, and as soon as he saw us with the skateboard, he ran into the house. And for a few weeks after that, every time he saw a skateboard, whether we were on it or not, he was just scared. He didn't want to be anywhere near the skateboard because now he's got this association. He's got fear associated with being on a skateboard. So here's what I'm asking. For people that are scared of public speaking or your knees are shaking before you, what is it exactly that has happened? What is it that has made you scared? Is there something physical, something negative that has happened in that situation? So here's another example. When you watch, and we're talking about fear here. So here's another example. When you watch a movie, have you ever watched a movie and your heart begins to race, or there's a chase scene or something's happening and you feel yourself beginning to just get excited and your heart's beginning to pump and race, and you're not sure exactly why does that happen? Why does that happen exactly? There's nothing physical that's happening to you. You're not in any bad situation. You're not going to be hurt. So why are Is your body physically reacting to that, right? So here's what's happening. There is an anxiety. When there is something unknown, we've got an anxiety, and we've got this focus on protecting ourselves from pain. And what happens is that there are two experiences. One is fear based on a negative experience, and one is just anxiety. And they feel very similar. And so we misinterpret and we mix those up. We mix them up. Okay, so I'll repeat that again. There's a negative experience, or there's a fear that comes from experiencing something negative, and then there's a feeling of anxiety from the unknown expectation, and we mix those feelings up. So we mix them up because, again, we're looking to protect ourselves. So let's relate this to public speaking, and I'm going to turn this around to public speaking. If you're focused on protecting you, then you are going to feel that fear, and you're not going to want to fall off the skateboard. You're not going to want to hit your elbow and hurt yourself, right? But what if you were to flip that around and focus on your audience instead? What if you were to focus on what it is that you have to share? Have you ever told a story that you were passionate about, or just you were sharing an experience and you just got into it and you weren't worried about messing it up because you were focused on sharing, you were focused on giving value, you were focused on making somebody else come into your space? Okay, so in public speaking, what you've got to do is focus on them, focus on the audience, and recognize that more often than not, that anxiety, that feeling that you have, it's not because something bad is going to happen. It's simply because there is an unknown and you're warming up to that experience. All right. So hope that was helpful for you. And I want to, let me get down off of this. I'm going to take this off of here, and I want you to subscribe, like this post if you like what you just heard and it was helpful to you. Subscribe on the YouTube channel. I'll post that YouTube channel in the comments in just a little bit. And the last thing that I want you to check out is our Speak Right Now community. If you are interested in learning more about speaking and writing and sharing your story with a greater audience, come on in, join us in the Speak Right Now community, because guess what? I like to say your stuff is your story, and your story deserves a stage. Come on, join us in 2018, and let's make this thing happen. All right, I'll see you guys soon.